Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the RoBuilder YouTube channel. Today we're bringing back the tutorial series, okay? Let me know down in the comments below what tutorials you would like to see. The ones with the most upvotes down there in the comments I will be doing first, and we'll just keep on going. Now I do have a list of tutorials that you guys have asked for already, and we're starting it out with, and I quote, the simulator lamp thingy, okay? Now this is just like a kind of old style lamp, I guess. Dare I say medieval style even. Now these are very simple to make, so it won't be a long tutorial. We're gonna start out with this cube right here. I'm guessing you already know the basics of Blender, but if you don't, hop onto face select, which you click on right here. Boom. And there's no specific way to make this, so I'm just gonna do like a cool little style one. So we're gonna start with this square just like this, and then we're gonna press E to extrude, S to scale, to give us this cool little look right here, E to extrude, and then we're gonna press I to inset, okay? Now that's gonna give us this kind of thing like that, and then we're gonna press E to extrude up just a little bit like that, and now we're gonna do it again, E to extrude, S to scale, and I to inset. Now, we're gonna keep it like this, and we're gonna go on with our post itself. So press E to extrude, and now we have the actual light post that the lantern will be sitting on. Now, if we want to add a little bit of style points, we can go ahead and press E and S to extrude and scale, and then E to extrude. We're gonna bring this up just a little bit higher, and then we're gonna press E and S again to scale back in, and E to extrude. Now, this is gonna have a little bump right here for us. And then if we want to even add a little bit of a cap on the top, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, E to extrude, S to scale. We just kind of flipped that one real quick. And then we're going to flip it back like this. And that was just E and S for extruding and scaling. If you want to, you can always add, like, make it smoother with Control B. You'll bevel it. You can add more segments and stuff, all that kind of fun stuff. I don't think, we might do it once or twice. Just a little bit less sharp up there. So something like that I think looks pretty sick and will definitely work for what we're going for. Now, we're going to go over here, go back to our face select mode, boom, and we're going to press I to inset, and we want it about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller than this main post. So I'm going to go ahead and scale that in just a little bit more. And now we're going to just extrude this out, and we have this. Now this is what the lantern is actually going to be connected to itself. It probably doesn't need to be that far. We'll go something like that. And you know what, let's add a little one of these to this as well, something for the lantern to hang to. So E and S to extrude and scale, then do this, make a little spot for it, E and S, bring it back in a little bit, and scale. There we go, something like that will work. Now we can add shape to this later with proportional editing, which I will also show you guys. But right here, let's go ahead and do Control B, and that's gonna bevel the end of this. It'll make it just a better stop. And I don't think we need the extra edges. We're gonna stay just like that. Keep it pretty wood-like. Now up next, we're gonna go ahead and add a chain. So to do that, we're gonna press Shift A, go to Mesh, Torus right here. And as you can see, that's kind of a lot of segments for our little low poly object here. So major segments, we're gonna bring that to like 6 and this to 5. So now we got something like this, which we can flip R and 90 degrees. And then we can also, we should probably spin it this way too. Oh gosh, there's a whole tree there, my bad. So let's do R90. That's gonna give us kind of this look right here. And then we're just gonna press S to scale, and we're gonna go along the Z axis. And that's gonna make it more of a chain look. Then we'll just duplicate this by pressing Shift D, move it down, and R 90 degrees, perfect. And now we have a bit of a chain look. Let's go ahead and connect these to here. This chain is definitely too big, so we're just gonna scale it down a little bit. Does not need to be too big at all. Perfect, that will do exactly what we need it to do. And now we need to build the little lantern itself. A little bit of a tongue twister there. So let's go ahead and do Shift A and grab a cylinder. We're gonna make this 5 sides. This could be as many sides or as little amount of sides as you want, but I don't want it to have like 6. It'll be like perfect on every side. It'll look kind of normal, you know? So let's go ahead and start with this. We're gonna drag this guy all the way down and try to give some shape to this. So let's scale this side down by pressing S, and then we're going to inset up here by pressing I, and then E to extrude, S to scale, E and S to kind of give us something like this. There we go. This was all just E to extrude once again. And then I'm going to do E to extrude one more time, but make it a more of a point. Now, I'm not going to do Alt-M and at center. That'll make it a perfect point, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Something like this will do exactly what I need. Now, we're going to grab all of these faces here because, of course, we're going to want it to look like it has beams connecting the two things together and emerging light. So we're going to grab all of those by Shift and click, and then we're going to press I. Well, we got to press I twice, and that will make them unconnect from each other. Something like this would work for me. I'm going to press E and then S to extrude and then scale inwards. That's going to give us something that looks like this, which I think is nice. And then we're going to drag this up. Now, as you can see, this is quite unproportional. Let's go ahead and scale this down. We could probably scale it along the Z-axis a little bit and just put it up here where it goes. Now that it's actually up here, 6 sides probably would have worked quite a bit better, but you know me. Let's make this 45 degrees. That'll kind of offset it a little bit. It might look a little nicer. There we go. And that is how you make the lantern. But wait, there's more. Dare you say, hey, RoBuilder, can you show me how to texture this? Or even add some style. Guys, loop cuts are incredible. Control R, boom. Now we have that. We can move this up a little bit. We could grab this last face down here and press O to turn on proportional editing, G to grab. We could do something like that even. Like anything you would want to do, guys. We'll do something like this and then bring that kind of back out. And we're going to need to do some loop cuts in here as well, because, hey, it's not that great right now. Now, the cool part about these is you can make them as silly or weird looking as you want. That's the best part about low poly. Just do weird stuff with it. Make it look weird. We could add some more detail down here by using bevel. So line select, Control B, and that'll give us kind of a cool little thing going on right there. We could add cuts with the knife tool even. So we'll grab right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. Enter. You use K for the knife tool, by the way. Now let's go to face select mode, pressing 3 on our keyboard, and we can extrude this inwards, just like that. And we have a little crack on the base there. Now you could do that all around. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but now you know how to do it. So for texturing, you want to go to UV editing and open up some sort of a color palette. I'll just use this one. It was made by another 3D modeling YouTuber. I don't know how to really say his name. Infaza, something like that. But it is in my Discord server if you would like to join down below. We're going to press Z to go into wireframe mode, and then we're going to go into this kind of orthographic. I use Alt and my scroll wheel because I don't have a number pad on my keyboard. But let's go ahead and select everything that we're going to want the same color. So let's grab those. We're going to grab these and this. So first things first, we're going to do all of the metal looking colors. Perfect. Now we have all this. This might look a little confusing to you. If you want it to look a little less confusing, you can come over here, press U, and then project from view. And now it's going to be exactly what you're looking at. But for us, it doesn't really matter because we're making everything one color. So we're going to press A over here, S to scale, and then 0 on our keyboard. Also, we can turn off proportional editing. And then we just press G to kind of move it wherever we want it to go. I think we're going to go pretty much like a darkish gray over here. Right here will work. Now we're going to go to this material tab, click new, face color, image texture, and then go to your color palette you have. Now, if we switch this to material preview, you can see that everything we just picked is now gray. I'm going to finish this and do the same steps for every other thing and show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, so I just finished texturing it. Here it is. Now if you wanted to make things a couple different parts or just not texture it at all and then color it in Studio, you could definitely do that. And to do that, all we're going to do is click on something. We'll use this lantern for example. We're going to go into tab, which is edit mode, or into edit mode by pressing tab. Use our face select and grab everything that we're going to want to be a separate part. I'm doing the light here because if you didn't add a texture, you could make this neon in a Roblox Studio or probably whatever engine you're using to make your game. And then you just press P, selection, and now it's its own piece. So when you export this as an FBX file, it will be its own piece and you can color that in Studio a different color from the rest of the mesh. Hopefully this helped you guys. If it did and you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.